welcome to another episode of Lucklight Plays. We're continuing our run-through of Destiny of an Emperor. And here we are in Fort Taimenjia, ready to face down Zhang Jiao and his remnants of the yellow scarves that we haven't destroyed. On the last episode, we kind of cleared out a bunch of them, so let's see what this force can do against us. In truth, Zhang Jiao would never talk like that. He never called his brothers a sniveling fool. Plus, that's really, Chinese, behavior back in that era was very, very, strong. He had really strong familial bonds, and this character would never call his brother a sniveling fool. But alright, we'll let it go. He seems to be reflecting a lot of my attacks. Alright, we're gonna convert all our tactical points here to healing, because it seems Zhang Jiao is quite more intelligent. He's 136. Which isn't great, but still enough to deflect my two Leon Huos. So let's just slash at him. Only 6 and 7 damage, but it's better than nothing. Essentially, if we get him down enough to weaken him, then we can hopefully get him down enough to destroy him. That kind of made no sense there. That was a very, very John Madden description there. Well, if we weaken him, then we'll be able to kill him. No kidding. Perhaps we should get some healing in here. Keeping Zhang Fei and Guan Yu in tip-top shape will keep the damage flowing. Not to mention Liu Bei and his... Ooh! All three of them critical hit. That was very good. I approve. Now we just pound on this guy. We're in very good shape here. We're just all out now. We've taken out anything that's going to give us trouble. And there we go. All done. He retreats as well. Got some more money, got some food. Into the fortress. I didn't kill him, I had to let him go there. I didn't have a choice. Everyone listen. The Yellow Scarves are returned to King Zhou Castle. That was the castle that was north of where I started. They've retaken that castle. When I was not there, I guess. Okay. Alright, talk to you. This guy looks different. I tried to attack King Zhou Castle from the back, but the river made it too difficult. Think of some other way. Alright, let me explain this guy, why he looks so different. His name is Zhang Jiao. He is the sprite of Zhang Jiao. You don't know that right now. Zhang Jiao becomes, and this is not a spoiler, since if you play any Three Kingdoms game, you know that Zhang Jiao is one of the most notorious of bad guys. But in the story, I'm gonna go back to the story and a lot of times give you a little what's going on and what's supposed to be going on in the background. Zhang Jiao was actually rescued by Liu Bei and his forces during a battle against the Yellow Turbans, and Zhang Jiao pretty much met Liu Bei as like, you peasant. Like he just, you know, not even a thank you for rescuing him, just, you're a peasant, get away from me. I could have done it myself, etc., etc. And this angered Zhang Fei, so, like, Zhang Fei is kind of the brute character, and would constantly be like, no, we should have killed him. And Liu Bei, who was ever the charismatic, you know, Mr. Fields, I guess, the best way to describe him, would always be like, no, let him, you know, I am rubber, you are glue. So now, we can try to get people onto our team. Han Zhang we actually need to do the next fight, easily. But he told us to screw, so we're gonna try again. But anyway, Zhang Jiao. So Liu Bei and his forces are like civilians. They're not part of the Imperial Army. They were called the Volunteer Troop. They got a whole bunch of people from, you know, volunteer forces and went on their own to try to save the kingdom because they thought that, pretty much thought that the Empire itself was not going to be able to pull it off on their own. And, well, they were right. So, you know, they went out and they started fighting the Yellow Turbans on their own. Zhang Jiao got captured. He was part of the Imperial Army. And Zhang Jiao pretty much gave him a finger and said, you know, whatever, you may have saved me, but you guys are still peasants, so get away from me. So, and then later on, you find that Zhang Jiao kind of usurps power in a really contrived way, which I'll explain during that chapter. But, he, you know, essentially usurps power, and, like, I think Zhang Fei at one point is just kind of gives the whole, like, I told you. Should have let me kill him. And Zhang Jiao becomes one of the most notorious villains of the entire series. And there's many a chapter detailing about how everybody kind of plots against him and fails, and eventually he meets his end by one of his own, which again I will explain later. But it's an interesting story all around. And of course that's not the end. Like, power vacuum, the term power vacuum is best described in this game, or in the book rather, because, oh, there we go. That was easy. Sometimes they just kind of join, like, alright. So he's not very tough. He only has 80 attack power, which is better than Mi Jie and Chen Dang. Well, no, Chen Dang's better, but here's the problem. I need to carry Han Zhang, so I'm gonna have to use him. So I will transfer the tactician stuff to him, and he's gonna be part of my roster. Han Zhang also does not exist in the story. He is an extra character. Han Zhang is actually the name of a region in China. It is one of the most contested regions later in the story. But at this point, it is not. It's not a. It wasn't a character. It wasn't a. I don't think he was a Yellow Turban. Or if he was, he just showed up in like a sentence, and it was like, and there's Han Zhang, and then he died. Like, because that happens. Like, there is a lot of characters. Maybe I'll look that up in between episodes. So, let me show you what goes on here. Let me save. I'm gonna save. Because, this fight's gonna be decent fight. So, if I attack the castle head-on, like I did the last 3 places, I am going to lose. Because you have to fight all 3 brothers plus 2 more generals, so it's a 5-on-5. There are no rebel forces. You're not going to make it. So what we need to do is we need to sneak through the cave in the back. And we can't get through, because it's us. But, this is where Han Zhang comes in. You put him in the front, and you can sneak in using the power of subterfuge and people switching sides. So now I can go through this cave. I don't think the bandit force knows we're here. And when you attack from the back, the fight that would have been the 3 Zhang brothers plus I think Zheng Mao and Cheng Yuanji now turns into a 5-on-3 where it's only the brothers, and they're like, "Oh, how'd you get in here, you jerks?" Alright, so they don't see us. I'm gonna retreat. Save my hit points. Grab this axe. Pop it on Liu Bei. What I usually do is I usually give the strongest weapons to the strongest characters first, that way they can put the most into them, and then go down the list. So Zhang Fei is probably going to always be the first guy that I give a weapon to. Let's see if I can run. Very good. Problem with caves. A lot of enemies. How they fit all these soldiers into this cave, I have no idea, but... Okay. So here is the 3 brothers. I don't know why they're hanging out facing this way, staring outside, but... Oh, Liu Bei again. So, these 2 empty spots here in the bottom of their list would have been filled if I attacked in the front, and they also hit a lot harder, and I think they have like stronger defense too. So, this makes the battle more accessible to our forces. Let's see if Chang Mei works. Yeah, he failed. And I failed too. We're just a big bunch of failures now. Alright, so he just turned up his protection against fire, so I'm not going to use fire. I will just heal when I need it. So essentially what this fight's going to boil down to is smash the crap out of the first guy, then smash the crap out of the second guy, and then smash the crap out of the third guy. And the strangest part is they package Zhang Liang here as a fighter character. Like, his sprite has a sword, and he looks like his sprite has armor. And the first 2 guys are magic users. In the story, all 3 of them are magic users, and they form all these like strange like illusions and tactics that confound the Imperial forces until someone like figures it out and breaks the source of the spell, and then the Imperial forces just trample over the Yellow Turbans like they're nothing. But they put Zhang Liang as a fighter type here. Like, he doesn't even have any tactics, which is not how it went. And they also, you know, of course, because it's a Nintendo game and they have limits, even these magic users, Zhang Jiao and Zhang Bao, are not the best of magicians. And so I'm just gonna keep hitting, and I'm gonna keep healing, and heal him, and eventually we'll be done. And then on the next episode we will continue on. We will see the king of the, well, they're not kings, the lord of that castle who said we were going to become his heir, and see what he gives us. Most likely we'll become his heir, since he said it. Alright. Coins and food and levels. I learned Kaishu. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm not good with my cues. Zhang Jiao, Zhang Bao, and Jack Liang were killed. Peace was restored. Okay, so on the next episode we're going to head over to the castle and see what happens next. Because so far we have vanquished all of the evil forces in the game so far, so we'll see where it goes next. If you know anything about Three Kingdoms, you know what's coming next. If you don't, stay tuned and I'll tell you. So my name is Lucklight, thank you for watching, and have a good one.